What's up, folks?
Sony time.
Okay, I had an intro.
It's Sony time.
Whatever. Okay, yes, we're continuing our E3 discussion. And you know what? Let me just say this right now, folks. If you want me and Jeremy to do more like talky talk stuff about like certain gaming news and what's going on, let us know in the comments below, and we'll try to make that happen. Because I'm a talker, so I like to talk. And you guys know how much I go on tangents, so talking nonstop is perfect for me. But now we're talking about the Sony E3 press conference. Jeremy, what did you think?
Honestly, it was pretty lackluster compared to what they normally show.
I agree 100%, really. It was good. It was not great. They showed games. Some of them were like, I want to play. I'd say about half the games were like ones I would say looked good. Some of them were dumb. I think they wasted too much time on certain things, but we'll get to them when we talk about it. Excuse me. Okay, so when we talked about Microsoft, we couldn't really go into huge detail about all the games because they announced way too many games. So a lot of the games we really couldn't go into detail on because they didn't really show much. But with this one, we can make it happen. We can do that. So first off is Uncharted Lost Legacy. So
did you hear what I was saying at all? Because I think I cut out.
You might have cut off. You said that it was pretty lackluster compared to last year. That's what you said, and then that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really all to say. That's all you can say. Is that they don't. Sony has really good developers on their hands. They have really good developers, but it's it's kind of hard for Sony to make you excited for the same exact game over and over again. And
there's one game I want us to talk about.
Okay,
that
actually, I will be right back. I will be right back because my birdie is tired and he needs to go to sleep. So I have to put him in his cage to go to sleep. So I'll be right back.
I'll be leaving all of this in for evilness. Ha.
All right, I'm back. Yeah, my bird was sleeping. I talked too loud, so I didn't want him to wake up. Okay, so, Sony, lackluster compared to last year. I pretty much agree with that. But there were still some games I was excited for. Not Nintendo. Sony has really good developers on their hands, so they still know how to make games look good. So we'll talk about that with Uncharted Lost Legacy. Wait, Jeremy, are you on? God damn it. I was talking, and then not even Jeremy's on. Alright. Alright, time to count my change.
Yar fiddly.
Jeremy, you left, and I didn't even know you left. You scrub lord.
Yeah. You were leaving, so I decided to leave too. And
but I didn't hear you saying you were gonna leave, so I started talking to myself. You pleb lord.
Oh, no.
And now I'm counting my change. So, okay, let's try this again. Okay, Sony, lackluster compared to last year, but they still had good games. In my opinion, I think a lot of the games they showed were pretty good, but they didn't really make E3 itself very exciting. Okay, so Uncharted Lost Legacy.
Uncharted, but with a female protagonist.
Yeah.
So basically, it's Tomb Raider.
So they're literally turning into Tomb Raider now. Essentially. Wait, is this the first lesbian couple? We don't know. We don't know yet. Sony, hint at us. Well, I don't know. Maybe. I've never played the Uncharted games, so I don't know, like, their story. I've always wanted to play the Uncharted games, but I never even had a PS3, so I can't even, like... I mean, I could get it now. If I had a PS4, I could obviously play Uncharted, but I never played it. It looks like a good game. I doubt it's gonna top Uncharted 4, because Uncharted 4 was like, I heard amazing things about Uncharted 4, so I doubt it will top it. But yeah, it looks good. They didn't show any gameplay footage of it, unfortunately, but the developers of Uncharted have probably never made a bad game, so I doubt this is going to be their first bad game. It actually comes out in August, so it's actually really close. So you could get that pretty soon. Not bad. Not a bad way to start, in all honesty.
One game that was shown, that not at E3, but was really for Sony. Don't turn that on, James. Was Crash and Insane Trilogy. That wasn't really shown under E3 but it was.
Isn't that coming out next month?
It's coming out in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, so, okay. Yeah.
It's Crash 1, 2, and 3 in HD. And
I know.
Play as Coco in all 3 of them.
Gosh, but that's a game you'd beat in a day, man. $40 you beat in a day. Whatever. Okay, so the next game, Days Gone. Now, I didn't really pay attention to Days Gone, just because...
What about Horizon Zero Dawn?
Oh, I forgot about that. I skipped the game. Okay, so for Horizon Zero Dawn, I don't know anything about Horizon Zero Dawn in general, so this expansion means absolutely nothing to me. There. And
literally all we got from the expansion was story, no real gameplay.
Yeah, it's just a trailer as well, so... I mean, I don't know, some trailers can be exciting, but this wasn't really an exciting trailer, to be honest. And it was barely 2 minutes, so I don't know. But Days Gone, okay, now let's talk about the good game, Days Gone. That game actually looks good.
The good zombie game.
They showed great, like, they showed the game. It kind of looked like trailery, like it looks like an amazing game. Ben Studios did an amazing job. Like Sony, for some reason, they just know how to make their, like, so companies like Naughty Dog and Sucker Punch Studios, they know how to make great looking games on the PS4. I don't know what it is, but like they just have the best people to make an amazing looking game. And Days Gone it honestly looks like the best game. Actually, no, I would say maybe God of War looks better. And these two games are very close in terms of looking phenomenal. They just look like wonderful looking games. So Days Gone looks like a great game, and I kind of want to play it. So it's kind of, I don't want to get into much detail about it because I don't know much about the game yet. So what I would say might not even be correct. But
I almost thought it looked like some weird Right to Hell Retribution sequel.
Oh, that's a sequel we need for sure. We need it. And then the amazing game.
Oh, next game is one you're looking forward to, Melvin.
Monster Hunter for PC. PC Monster Hunter. You know, gosh, I'm not gonna have a life anymore. I'm dropping out of college. Just gonna play Monster Hunter. PC, but it's coming out on PC at a later date. Okay, fuck you, Monster Hunter. Later date? No. Don't give me that.
I bet you this means that Monster Hunter Double Cross for Nintendo system.
Oh man,
you're gonna be obsolete.
No, dude, you got to get into Monster Hunter now, dude. Man, you got to get into it. Everyone needs to get into Monster Hunter. You see, it's growing now. I mean, okay, Monster Hunter World versus like regular Monster Hunter. The only thing I can say that I personally don't like, I sort of don't like this new art style because the original Monster Hunter is actually pretty colorful. Like it has really colorful things and sort of like they have creative looking monsters, but they don't like pop out like the previous Monster Hunters. Like they had like such interesting colors. Like some were like really blue and they like shocked things and stuff like that. These sort of look more like dinosaurs, like actual dinosaurs. So maybe they're trying to fit a more realistic theme, which I'm okay with. I'm personally fine with, but I think the previous Monster Hunters just look better aesthetically than this one. But I'm still excited for this one. I'm sure it's going to be online. So gosh, man, I'm going to have to. If
there's any game that Melvin's going to live stream on our channel, it's going to be Monster Hunter.
Well, depending on if I ever get
because I doubt he could do it.
Depending on when I get a PS4 Pro, I might play this game as soon as it comes out. But if I never get a PS4 Pro, I might just have to wait until it comes out on PC, which who knows when that'll happen. Gosh, if only Monster Hunter had mods. Oh my gosh, that would be amazing. Monster Hunter mods. But yeah, I don't know. Like, if anyone is trying to figure out when to get into Monster Hunter, right now, dude, right now is the best time. Any of the Monster Hunter games are good to get into. If you have a 3DS, definitely get the Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. I don't know what else to say. For anyone who has a PS4 and Xbox One, this is the one you gotta get. You gotta get it. You gotta get it now, and I gotta play it. I gotta find a way to play it. Okay, so that's really all I can say. It's a Monster Hunter game for PC. All right, Shadow of the Colossus.
What I'm excited for.
What game?
Shadow of Colossus. Oh boy, yeah.
PS4.
Woo!
It's getting remade. I think it was already remade.
You can climb up things in HD.
But wasn't it already?
Yeah.
Didn't they already had an HD re-release of Shadow of the Colossus?
No, the last time was PS2.
No, they had a PS3. It was a
they
they did a Shadow of the Colossus and Ico bundle. I think like HD collections. I think it came out.
It was still
already.
like the original PS2 thing, upscaled versus made from the ground up.
Okay, it wasn't made from the ground up. That is true, but this isn't the first time it was in HD. The HD version on the PS3 didn't really look that good in my opinion. It didn't, but this one actually looks really good. Like there's a lot of detail showing and stuff like that.
This is like proper HD.
It's rebuilt from the ground up, so it's actually going to look gorgeous. But my gosh, if you guys like long boss battles, this is the game for you. I've played Shadow of the Colossus as a kid. I played it. As a kid, I didn't really get into it. I can't get into it the same way other people have, in my opinion. I don't know.
You like Monster Hunter.
I like Monster Hunter. Okay, Monster Hunter. It's multiplayer. You get to analyze, like you get to like read your person. Like, how can I compare this one and Monster Hunter? Okay, so. It's so okay. So for Monster Hunter, you sort of have to react. It's a more reaction kind of game where you have to like react to like the monster's movements. This one you don't really have to react as much. It's more like a chess game where you have to figure out, what to do, when's the best time to strike. So you're kind of determining the speed of the battle itself. Are you going to risk it to climb a little bit higher, or are you going to stay still to figure out an easier way? So that's kind of the
you gotta risk it for the biscuit.
So that's how Shadow of the Colossus is versus. Well, I'm still, if I get a PS4, I'm gonna get this game. I'm still. It's a great game. I don't see it as like the best game ever made, like everyone else is trying to say. Like I just think it's a good game. That's all I can say, really. But maybe I don't see maybe I don't see it the way other people do. Well, obviously I don't. Okay, Jeremy's favorite game, Call of Duty World War II. Man, because. Battlefield did World War I, so we got to get some World War II. Because you know what? World War II hasn't been used enough in shooters. You know what? We don't get enough killing Nazis out there, So this is more killing Nazis, I guess. Or you can be a Nazi. I don't know. Go for it.
Yeah, we had Wolfenstein.
I mean, you weren't a Nazi in Wolfenstein.
Entirely pointless.
I think
this game is entirely pointless.
I knew Call of Duty was going to do this. I knew they were going to do World War II, but like shooters like these came up because of World War II. Like, does that make sense? Like one of the first popular shooters, Wolfenstein, was about killing Nazis. I know it's not like trying to be realistic, but it's about killing Nazis. So it's like we have so many shooters based on World War II, so there's not much to say. If you like Call of Duty, that's fine. I don't think Call of Duty is a horrible
Nazis
franchise.
exist with how many times we've killed them.
I think the last game they released is the most forgettable game I've ever seen from Call of Duty, the one in space or whatever. I haven't heard a single person talk about it at all.
That is a far cry. Like, that is awful how you can say this most forgettable game is the one in space. Like, space is supposed to be a grand, epic thing. Like, games in space should be very awesome and very explorative, but
Nope. Yeah. And then PlayStation VR. Skyrim. Skyrim. Okay. What? Skyrim. Skyrim.
First off, that game's 6 years old and was shown 3 times.
We'll Jeremy, we'll talk about Skyrim. We'll talk about Skyrim. We'll talk about it. You gotta wait for it.
Next, they took Final Fantasy 15 and decided, hey, you know what was great? The big fishing from Sonic Adventure. Let's just take Final Fantasy 15, a $100 RPG and make a small little fishing game thing out of it. That will totally not piss Final Fantasy fans off.
I would love for an action RPG VR game, actually. That would actually be a lot of fun. Oh my gosh, Monster Hunter VR. Dude, I would actually be excited for Monster Hunter VR. I think, like, the problem with VR is just, the price is horrible right now. Like, you have to spend $300 on, like the PS4 Pro. Like, this is like the cheapest version, by the way. And then I think you have to pay like $400 for like VR. And then that's not including all the controllers you'll need and things like that. So it's like, I don't know. VR is going to happen regardless. VR is going to be a thing. A lot of people are going to have it eventually. Is it going to be available right now? I don't know. I really don't know if now is the time for VR. Many companies are saying it is. It's mainly because of the Oculus. The reason why everyone thinks VR is going to be available now. But I don't get why people think because you need a powerful PC to begin with. And most people don't have powerful PCs. Most people don't have the PS4 Pro. More people have the original PS4. So it's like, I don't know. It's tough to say. I consider VR like a take it or leave it, If you have a VR system, these games are going to look good to you. If you don't have a VR system, then who cares? It was just like a quick reel of those games, so they didn't waste their time for the E3. So
I'm still waiting on SAO VR. They're good. I hope someone do that, please.
And then, isn't that kind of redundant? Isn't that kind of redundant to say SAO VR, because isn't SAO a VR game?
Yeah, that's why.
So you just want real life SAO, you want SAO in real life.
Yes.
Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry to be nitpicky that way. I'm just weird like that. Okay.
Like that.
This is the game that
God of War.
This looked like the best game. We've seen a lot of footage of it. God of War is an amazing franchise. This looks like the most gorgeous game.
We saw it last year, though. So
I know it's not new and exciting, but they did show more of it. They showed more combat style, so there's more combat going on in the game that we saw. So that's good. So we're seeing that it's sort of sticking to the formula that God of War was before, because like the last year's thing, they were just showing the beginning of like you and your son hunting things. So, but this one is showing like it's actual God of War. So that's good. But I think it's the best looking game in all of the E3 games we've seen. In all of out of all the press conferences, this looks like the best looking game. So yeah.
Was it your game of the year for this year? E3?
Like, can my game of the year be anything that's released yet, or no? Like, are you just talking about a game I can get now, or like what do you mean?
Like out of all the games in E3, like which one is like the most excitable?
We'll talk about that in
we'll
talk about that in the miscellaneous, or the Nintendo one. We'll see. Oh dang, this is gonna be hard to pick. Okay, all right. And then Detroit. This was pretty forgettable in my opinion. Didn't really interest me too much. I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of bored of kind of like robots and having emotions. Like, don't you think that's been done enough, Jeremy? In like movies and whatever, Like, I don't know. I think we have enough of robots and whatnot. Like, it started with iRobot, at least as far as I can remember, and it's like, oh, do robots have feelings and stuff like that?
This totally isn't an allegory for religion. Totally. We're not religion or racism.
Probably. Don't confuse the two, Jeremy. No, I mean, so yeah. I mean, it's taking place in Detroit. Anything that takes place in Detroit, it's gonna be about racism. That's just without it. The movie placed in Chicago, it's gonna be about racism. That's without a doubt. Like, you can't even
just
say.
Replace all androids with black folk, and you basically got the story of the Civil War.
So, oh my fucking
look at them selling us in shops.
Oh goddamn, that is funny. You are getting better with your jokes, my friend. It was a horrible joke, but I loved it. I'm a cynic, and I love that kind of joke. Gosh, I need to make like a list of like my favorite games announced, because SpiderMan. Lordy, Spider-Man. Spider-Man looked just
that looked awesome.
Amazing.
That was the best game out of the conference.
It looks really good. Yeah, I'm trying to... Gosh, I mean, God of War does look better, but this is probably the best game in the E3, Sony's E3. Is it coming out on more consoles, or is it just PlayStation? Do you know?
Probably just PlayStation.
It might be. Coming to... Oh, never mind. Okay, so yeah, so this is Spider-Man. So I the last game that came close to this was Spider-Man 2 for the PS2. I tried playing that again actually for the channel, and I'm not even sure if I can play it because my copy is so old and it keeps freezing on me, so I'm not even sure if I can play it for the channel. And it's a really surprisingly outdated game. So I don't even know, but if I get this one, I'll definitely play it.
Spider-Man.
It is Spider-Man. It looks great.
The best Marvel. He is the best Marvel.
He's my personal favorite just because he's from New York, so that's my main reason. So being able to web swing in New York, that's just going to be...
Then again, so is 90% of Marvel heroes. So.
I mean, they do take place in big cities, but this one is like, when you think of a superhero in New York, you think of Spider-Man. So... this is their best E3. They showed gameplay footage, that's something you have to do. In E3, you have to show gameplay footage. You have to show us, when it comes to E3, the one thing people have to understand about E3 is that you have to show us things we can buy as soon as possible. So try to show us games that can come out late 2017, early 2018, but then, yeah. And then anything else? So here's a couple other things. Marvel vs. Capcom,
which got completely overshadowed by Dragon Ball.
There's no surprise. Nah, I don't know if
Destiny is happening again. They're trying.
Oh yeah, Destiny they're gonna come out Destiny 2, and that's gonna come out for PS4 and PC. So yeah, that's interesting. I've never played the original Destiny. I know a lot of people who have. So, but it's like it's an action RPG shooter. So I like the Borderlands franchise for that reason. I think that's a cool concept, mixing guns and action RPG. To me, that's pretty smart. And I never played Destiny, but I probably would like it for that aspect alone. So we'll see. We'll see if it's good or not. We'll see if they learned from their mistakes of the first Destiny, because it upset a lot of people. And then Until Dawn showed a new co-op horror game. Mobile horror game. So that's interesting. It is called Hidden Agenda. I don't think that they showed this at E3. They showed it like during E3, but I don't think they showed it during the press conference. So that's something. Do you know who made Until Dawn? Jeremy?
No.
So do you know? Gosh, what is that game? Heavy Rain. Jeremy?
Oh, those people.
Yeah, those people.
Oh, those people.
Yeah, those people. So. And then Until Dawn was like...
Sorry, you cut up, so I just came in mid-sentence.
Okay. So Until Dawn is made by the same people who made like Heavy Rain and stuff like that. And Until Dawn was actually really successful. So I guess they're making a new horror game called Hidden Agenda. But apparently it's co-op mobile horror game. So I don't know. And then Undertale is coming for PS4 and Vita. So... Ricardo specifically now needs to play.
That game really strives on being on a PC. So
that's interesting.
That's gonna be something neat to see.
It could be done on console. The main reason they couldn't bring it out on console before was because Toby Fox didn't know how to transfer his game to other consoles, and he didn't want to spend the time to do it. So I'm pretty sure another developer came in and helped him doing this, which I have no problem with, because like
it's the same thing. It's the same thing with the Japanese translation. Because
did Sony help?
Japanese.
Did Sony help with this, or who helped make the?
I'm not sure.
We'll find out soon enough who helped make the. But I've already played Undertale, so it's like I'm not gonna get it if I get a PS4. And then we already talked about Destiny 2. Is there anything else we're missing? Or is that it for Sony? Is that it? Okay, so I think either Jeremy can't hear me or something's going on. I don't think Jeremy can hear me. Great. All right, folks. So, okay, he's back. Jeremy's back. At least I can hear him.
Yeah. Yep.
You cut off for a minute. Okay, so overall, there wasn't anything super duper exciting except Monster Hunter.
And Spider-Man.
Spider-Man did, but we already knew about Spider-Man. I did not know about Monster Hunter World. So that Monster Hunter World, okay, Monster Hunter World is for if it has to be a game that was announced this year, Monster Hunter World takes the cake for me in terms of game of the year ish, you know. If it's about a game that was released this year. If it was last year,
I get ya.
If it was last year, wait, did they announce Mario Odyssey in last year's E3 or no?
They announced it at the beginning of the Switch presentation when we first found out what the Switch actually was.
So they didn't do it on E3. Okay, so I can't count that. All right, but this year, if I had to pick a game that was announced this year and is coming out relatively soon, it's Monster Hunter. But yeah, we're going to talk about Nintendo next, so stay tuned for that. Nintendo one.
Oh boy.
I don't know if we're going to get into super detail or not, because some of the games, it's just like you kind of have to look at the game yourself and you'll kind of understand what it's all about. But we'll try to make it as, trust me, we're Nintendo fans. We'll make this interesting for you guys. So
this is probably going to be our longest conversation.
It might be pretty long.
No, without a doubt.
Jeremy, I'm telling you without a doubt, Jeremy's going to be very surprised on what I have to say. There's a lot of things I have to say about Nintendo, man. We might actually get into a debate, Jeremy and I. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Oh boy.
We'll see. This might actually be exciting. If only Ricardo was here, he could be our moderator, because we're going to be interrupting each other. All right. Take care, folks.